Yes, we're having a lot of questions about the net listing, so I wanted to go over that with you. It's a really simple process if you think about it and break it down to who you're advertising this to. Most of the time they are for sale by owners that we're going to get, and this is the spill that I will usually give. Hi, I'm Nadia Daggett. I'm with Greystone Investment Group, and I see that you're on for sale by owner. You're trying to sell your property, and I'm wanting to know if I can help you with this to advertise your property for basically nothing. I'm going to be finding out your bottom line if it's 200,000, and in our list it'll tell us what their bottom line is or what they have it on for sale by owner. So say they want to list it for 200,000, I say I can get this out there. Your bottom line will be 200,000. You're still going to get that in your pocket, and I will add my advertising fee on top. I do not represent myself as a realtor. I do, but I do not use that term with them because a lot of for sale by owners have decided that they didn't want to use a realtor for one reason or another, whether it be they've had a bad experience or they feel like they can give a better deal to the end buyer by not including our commissions, things like that. So I call myself an advertiser. And then I go and I think about why they are doing what they're doing, why they do not want to have an agent. They don't want to have agents in and out, or they don't want to work with an agent. A lot of times it's a lot more headache than they think until they actually do it. But so then you basically explain to them what you can do for them. I break down how many people we have in our database, what our reach is with our network of Facebook, Instagram, all that, and then we explain to them what I'm going to do for them. I'm going to put it on Facebook, do Facebook ads. I'm going to put it out there on MLS, Realtor.com, Craigslist, and all of our avenues. So I'm getting more exposure for the property, and I put it on MLS without a fee. I do not charge them in the MLS fee. I take that out of my commission. I just add that into my advertising fee. So I have all of that in there, and I explain that's what I will do for them. And the other thing I explain to them is that I'm also going to be helping them and navigate the process. So I'll be going through the whole transaction, dealing with the appraiser, the inspector, all this stuff. And but it'll be at no cost to them. I'll even include over their 200,000 or whatever their budget is that they're trying to sell for. I'll include the buyer's agent's commission into that. So a lot of times we're gonna, even if they see you on Zillow, you would have to pay the buyer's agent if you want to sell to them. So I'll include that into the fees above their net listing. I will also do comparative properties for them. So I will make sure that I can go up that high in the price that it will sell. I explain to them what I'll do. I'll put the signs out. I'll advertise it everywhere. I'll do a virtual open house. I'll do a virtual tour, possibly an open house, whatever you feel that you want to do for them, and to get it sold. So that is basically the approach I use for sale by owners or for net listings. I'm just explaining that I'm an advertiser and I will put their property out there every way possible. I will advertise their property for 2, 3 months, 4 months, not having a 6-month term or a year, because a lot of times they don't want to get in a contract that long, which is fine, because if you can't sell it within 3 months, move on. There are so many of these that you can grab and find the ones that you can sell. You've already reached your limit at the end of 3 months. In the contract that goes out, it says that if you're in a 3-month term and you get in a contract at 2 months and 30 days, you are going to be in that contract until close. So it's not like you have to get into a contract within 2 months and close within 30 days. Because obviously that'll happen with extensions and this, that, and the other. So that is already in the net listing. The other things that you had questions on was, well, what happens if, like right now, the sellers are always asking for allocations. They're always asking for us to allocate money for them, or buyers, pay for the buyers' closing costs, things like that. In our new net agreement, it states that if you are to take allocations, or if you're taking a lower amount than what we have it listed for, our net listing agreement with the seller is going to go down in that same percentage. So if it's say we have it listed at $250 and we have an agreement with the seller at $230, so I have $20,000 in there. Then if they accept an agreement at say $240, our new net listing agreement will be $220. I hope I got the numbers right on there, but it'll go down that same amount because I actually had that happen recently and I had to give an addendum and change my net listing cost. It's harder to go back and change your net listing amount, especially if they know that you have 20,000 in there. 20,000, you could be 30,000, it could be 40,000, as long as you feel you can sell it. So that, and usually for sale by owners, they don't know their comparative properties. They don't know how much it can actually sell for. So you usually have that margin in there. It may be that there is no margin in there. You want to always include the 3% for the buyer's agent, but maybe, you know, they're doing really good, they're not much of a hassle, and it's, you know, it's going to sell really quick. Then you can just include whatever advertising fee that you want in there. So let me know if you have any questions on that. That's basically all it is. You're representing yourself as the advertiser, which a seller agent is. If they ask you if you are an agent, of course you say yes, because you are an agent. And usually I say that I'm an agent with Greystone coming right off the bat, but I'm always referring to myself as their advertiser. I am the one that is advertising the property to get it out there to as many people and as many markets as possible. Other than that, everything else is the same transaction. You go through the inspection, the appraisal, everything else as you normally would. And that's it. If you have further questions, let me know, but it is a really simple process. Just come up with a way of approaching it to them and knowing their frame of mind. If they're not wanting to sell it just because they don't want to go through the hassle, maybe you go there and help them with the inspection, pre-inspection, kind of go through what needs to be done. If they're not wanting to sell because they have just gone through a bad experience with a realtor, say you're an advertiser, and that's all you need to do. You don't have to talk down to them like some realtors will come in with, you know, a suit and tie and talk down to them to make sure that they can get the lowest number. They're just human. They're just trying to get their place sold. So anyways, hopefully this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Alrighty.